I would like to talk about the benefits of forgiving. Uh, uh, the term used by our sisters Ina and Dina, the the value of forgiving. I would like to talk about uh, forgiving that makes us feel peaceful to ourselves, peaceful to others, and peaceful to God. We frequently hear people complaining about life difficulties. Some of them blame themselves, and some others blame their surrounding situations or even other people, and some others blame God. They tend to easily get irritated or feel offended, and they therefore cannot enjoy life. Here is one effective way to make our life peaceful: forgiving others. If we can forgive others in whatever conditions, we will live peacefully because we will be able to be peaceful to ourselves, peaceful to others, and peaceful to Allah, the creator of everything. If we are peaceful to ourselves, to others, and even to Allah, all those parties will be peaceful to us in return. That will make our life enjoyable. Forgiving, according to Allah in Al Quran, is one of the characters of believers or mu'minin. Allah says, وَالَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ وَالْفَوَاحِشَ وَإِذَا مَا غَضِبُوا هُمْ يَغْفِرُونَ. And those who avoid major sins and immoralities, and whenever they are angry, they forgive. So, according to this ayah, at least two criteria are mentioned here: those who avoid major sins and immoralities, and the other is whenever they get angry, they forgive. Now, we should emphasize here forgiving when they are even angry, or forgiving even when we are angry. I would like to say we, because we hope that we will be part of them. And Allah appreciates those who like forgiving others. And Allah says that they who like forgiving others they have strong determinations. وَلَمَنْ صَبَرَ وَغَفَرَ إِنَّ ذَلِكَ لَمِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. And whoever is patient and forgives, indeed, that is of the matters requiring determination. Allah even offers to forgive people who like forgiving others and to admit them into His paradise. Allah says, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And hasten to forgiveness from your Lord, and a garden as wide as the heavens and earth, prepared for the righteous. And who are the righteous? Allah explains in the following ayah: الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. Those who spend in the cause of Allah during ease and hardship, and who restrain anger, and who pardon other people. And Allah loves the doers of good. Forgiving will result in good impacts not only on oneself but also on others, because everybody will feel peaceful when he is mingling with forgiving people. Prophet Muhammad, for example, was loved by other people because he always forgave others. If he had been rude, other people would have shunned him, like what Allah describes. فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ فَاعْفُ عَنْهُمْ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُتَوَكِّلِينَ. So by mercy from Allah, Muhammad, you were lenient with them. And if you had been rude in speech and harsh in heart, they would have disbanded from about you. So pardon them and ask forgiveness for them and consult them in the matter. And when you have decided, then rely upon Allah. Indeed, Allah loves those who rely upon Him. Then how can we make ourselves easy to pardon other people? I take some ways, just a few of them, but I think that what I will mention are most important things that we should implement, so that it will be easier for us to forgive others. Yeah, there are some ways how to make ourselves easy to pardon other people. One that I can mention is that set Allah or His pleasure as the only objective of our deeds, or even the only objective of our life. Like what was narrated by Allah about Abu Bakr. ولا يأتل أولو الفضل منكم والسعة أن يؤتوا أولي القربى والمساكين والمهاجرين في سبيل الله وليعفوا وليصفحوا ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم والله غفور رحيم. This ayah was revealed in response to what Abu Bakr reacted to an incident at the time, but the way Allah delivers the message is by addressing all of us. So Abu Bakr was just an example, yeah, of someone who should take this lesson, but Allah used the word kum, or all of you. Allah says, وَلَا يَأْتَلِ أُولُو الْفَضْلِ مِنْكُمْ وَالسَّعَةِ أَن يُؤْتُوا أُولِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَالْمُهَاجِرِينَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And let not those of virtue among you and wealth swear not to give aid to the relatives and the needy and the emigrants for the cause of Allah. The case was that the time Abu Bakr was irritated when someone, his nephew, whose name was Mistah, he probably unintentionally provoked by others, and he joined in dispersing information, false information, that Aisha got involved in an immorality. Yeah? Then, because Mistah participated in deliberating information, false information, then Abu Bakr swore that he would no longer give provisions to Mistah. Abu Bakr used to give provisions to Miftah every month. Then, because of what he had done, then Abu Bakr swore not to give him any more. And Allah reminded him. Yeah? Then Allah instructed him and also us, all of us, and let them pardon. Yeah? وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا, and let them pardon and overlook. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ, would you not like that Allah should forgive you And Allah is forgiving and merciful. So we can get a lesson that if we want to be forgiven by Allah, we should forgive others. How can we ask for pardon from Allah while we do not want to pardon others? Number two that I would like to mention is try to understand the differences of other people's opinions due to their different backgrounds. So we should recognize that each individual is unique in everything. In the way of thinking, every individual is unique. So that means that all people are different. We should recognize that. If we can recognize the differences, then inshallah it will be easier for us to pardon other people because they have different ways of thinking. Allah says, وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَجَعَلَكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَلَكِنْ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ فِي مَا آتَاكُمْ فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ. Had Allah willed, He would have made you one nation, united in religion. But He intended to test you in what He has given you. So, race to all that is good. So, the important thing for us is that let us do good things. Then we will race against one another in good deeds. Number three, we should rely on Allah's judgments about differences of opinions. Many of us like to judge others because all people are different. Then we rely on Allah, on the judgment of the differences of opinion. Allah says, إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ جَمِيعًا فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ فِيهِ تَخْتَلِفُونَ. To Allah is your return altogether, and He will then inform you concerning that of which you used to differ. So we have different opinions, so let other people think differently from us. Number four, try to look at the positive sides of any incidents. So whatever happens, there must be something good in the incident. Allah says, "Inna alladhina ja'u bil ifki usbatum minkum." This is an example of the slandering against Aisha. It is related to what I mentioned before. I talked about Abu Bakr, and then this ayah talks about the person involved herself, that is Aisha. Aisha, a daughter of Abu Bakr, and she also was a wife of Prophet Muhammad. And Allah commented that the slandering was really good. Yeah? The slandering against Aisha was really good, even though some people at that time were suffering. Allah says in Surah An-Nur, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ جَاءُوا بِالْإِفْكِ عُصْبَةٌ مِّنْكُمْ لَا تَحْسَبُوهُ شَرًّا لَكُمْ بَلْ هُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَا اكْتَسَبَ مِنَ الْإِثْمِ وَالَّذِي تَوَلَّى كِبْرَهُ مِنْهُمْ لَهُ عَذَابٌ عَظِيمٌ. Indeed, those who came with the falsehood, with the slandering, are a group of you. Do not think it bad for you. Rather, it is good for you. For every person among them is what punishment he has earned from the sin. And he who took upon himself the greater portion thereof, for him is a great punishment. So, we will have benefits if we forgive others, and there are some ways how to make ourselves easy to pardon other people. Now, in short, forgiving is one of Muslims' characters, and Allah appreciates and forgive us and offers them paradise. There are some ways how to make ourselves easy to pardon. Some of them are set Allah as objective of life. Try to understand differences and rely on Allah's judgments about differences. And then try to look at the positive sides of any incidents. May Allah guide us and make us easy to forgive other people. Amin.